This kid's fire.
Brother, what's that? What's that, brother? What's that? What's that, brother? Brother, what's that, brother? What's that? What's that, brother? Brother, brother, what's that? What's that, brother? What's that? What's that, brother? Brother, what's that, brother? What's that? What's that, brother? Brother,
Yes, guys, welcome back to another stream. Hopefully, you guys are all doing well tonight. Bit of an interesting one. Tinsae's coming on. He's got to have a couple. He's got some points that he wants to go through. Obviously, he was on the calling show a couple of weeks ago, but obviously we only have like 10 minutes on the calling shows, and he wants to go through some things that he thinks we can improve on. Maybe some stuff that the manager's getting wrong. Maybe some of the players. Maybe Txiki, whatever. Don't know. We're gonna listen to him, see what he's saying. We'll debate it. Me and Sai can debate it. If we agree with him, we'll disagree. We'll go, but. Yeah, man, Tinsae, talk to us, bro. I mean, you're very passionate about this subject, bro, which I rate. But yeah, where do you want to start, man?
Let me just start like how I became a City fan, just 2 minutes. Just started watching football, like club football 10, 12 years ago. And I liked City because, favorite color is sky blue. And Joe Hart, he's my idol. I play goalkeeper, so I really admired him, especially 2013, 2014. He was like in the top of the world at that time. And that's how I became a City fan. And yeah, ever since then, the glory just kept coming in through Pep, and I was fortunate to be on the ride, on the journey. Yeah, that's how I became a City fan. Yeah, so past 2 years, it hasn't been great in terms of transfer strategies and like where the club was heading. Um, I'll start with Txiki, right? His biggest mistake, I think, is it's not like getting rid of players and not buying players. Um, Actually, before I get into that, so I'm more of a thinker than a talker. So if I have to say something, I've already thought it through like multiple times, and I'm just coming to the conclusion. If you hear me talk slow or get to the point, I'm just thinking all at once. And another note is I care about people's character. I just as much as their profession, whether you're a coach or player or whatever, I like you because who you are and stuff. So that's a big deal of where I come from. So Txiki, right? He's done a lot for the club, more than any other sporting director has for any club in a short amount of time. Respect. But I think where he got it wrong was the sale of Gundogan. That was the mark of saying, despite that you want us to treble, that you were the captain, and that you just had a second child, you deserve a contract, but we're not going to honor your 2-year contract. We're going to do one. And that was like I think that was like a moral or ethical kind of wrong. I see it as, because how do you let someone that's brought you the treble, Champions League, captained it, and all he asked was 2 years, and you said no?
And I'm with you on that one. I thought that was poor.
And not only that, because we denied him, right? Barcelona, he didn't have a good time there in terms of housing. You heard about that. He
Mhm.
couldn't find an apartment home, and he suffered a lot. And isn't the club's motto like, "Oh, if you don't want to stay here, you can leave. Oh, if you don't want to be here, you can leave." But that dude wanted to be here, and he did him
Mhm.
dirty, I think.
I
And
agree.
since then, that's when things started going bad. I think that was the original problem.
Yeah.
Um, Another issue is I think they prioritize profit. Like the past 2 years, all of they've been talking about is the sale of academy players, the sale of key players, but not getting in the right player. Okay, you're not getting the right players, but we're just hanging on. But the fact that they were just prioritizing, oh, we made this amount of money, we made this amount of money, that got us here. I don't want to say it's pure greed, but they clearly prioritize that. And the fact that they still didn't get a Rodri replacement, that was like it was since then they were just going based on business, and that was already bad as a business. But they just said, "Oh, we'll go ahead, no problem."
Mhm.
And I've noticed that even before last season, before we won last season, I knew we needed a Kevin De Bruyne replacement because we
Mhm.
saw him go down the Champions League final. So there was he's out. I knew he was out for the season, or I expected him not to have a great season. Second, you sold your second best midfielder, Gundogan. So we're already screwed. It's just Rodri left, and that's it.
Mhm.
And I assumed, okay, Foden's gonna have to step up. That's all there is. Him and Alvarez, basically.
Mhm.
And those two did step up in that season. I didn't expect Rodri to have a crazy year, but him and Foden actually carried us like a lot, 70 games, whatever it is. And yeah, it was Holland, bro. I was a big critique of Holland, Gavardio, and Grealish last season, but I have changed my mind this season. I'll get to that. Um, so yeah, Foden, Alvarez had to carry us last season. This season, who left? Who did we sell? Did we sell anyone? Alvarez.
Alvarez.
I love Alvarez. Okay, that's just I have an opinion or a bias towards that, but the money was too good to not reject it. But I wasn't even mad about not getting a second striker. My biggest issue was the Rodri replacement. He literally said he can't play anymore,
Mhm.
and you still went ahead. So you betrayed him again.
So who are you blaming for that though? Pep or Txiki?
No, I'm on Tiki right now. We'll get to
All
Pep.
right. Well, you're starting with
Yeah.
Pep.
So this is the Tiki one is good, and I blame. That's what the domino started. But I think that there is someone in the hierarchy. I don't want to say a mole or whatever. That's just prioritizing profit over our success or our progress. Because there's no way Tiki and can do all of this. Like he can't just do a 180 after the treble year and said, "Oh, I'm gonna go on vacation. I'm done. I'll try to get this player, but I'm not gonna invest as serious as he was before." I feel like there's something behind that scene, like the other board members. I don't know, Soriano or um, other the CFG probably. I don't know. This collapse it just is just too dramatic that it had to. Something must have happened upstairs. And where was I? Yeah, so we didn't get a Rodri replacement. So I knew that Rodri and Foden, I excused them this season. Whatever happens, injuries, performance. Even if Rodri was fit, I was like, I expect him to have no better than a 7 rating because he did so much last season. He should not have the same expectation or performance. So Foden is out, which I assume that he can't do the same thing again. Yes, he's been underwhelming, but I just assumed he did so much last season. I'll give him a break. So Foden's not there. Rodri is out, basically. De Bruyne is out. Alvarez is sold. So I was like, we're not going to get through this season unless the wingers could do something about it, unless they can carry us.
Mhm.
And if they did, we would be okay. But it's Doku and Savio. They're young. They're inexperienced. I know there's arguments, about how they are and that they're not ready made. But Vinicius wasn't ready made 5 years ago. He was on his way
Yeah,
to
but bro, the
become
thing is, everything you're saying at the moment, Tinsae, like I think pretty much sure everyone agrees with everything that you're saying, isn't it?
right, right.
So you
So
agree with everything that you just said regarding that we needed a DM.
Oh yeah, I don't think maybe if any would disagree on that. I
There's not gonna be
think
any City fans out there that disagree with that.
no.
Everyone knew we needed a DM, and everyone's
I think
disappointed in
the
Txiki that we
problem
didn't get him.
is that for the club, the Günther was the DM backup for Rodri. No one really expected the long time injury for Rodri because Günther can play a 6 every single game. Like he
Facts.
could be able to step in once in a while and maybe play with Rodri. So I think when we look back at it right now, the 100 million Bruno looks cheap, right? I mean,
Mhm,
if we got him in the summer, but
mhm,
I think the club has moved in a very difficult terrain for quite some time, winning 4 on the bounce, winning a treble, all this, and still managing the squad, the expectations, the hunger, all this, while you have a world-class squad and a coach at this point in time who's very connected to his players. I don't think Pep is as ruthless as he was early in his career. So I
mhm.
think it's very difficult to handle, and I just think this season have been a wake up call. Now they know stuff has to happen. So, but I think we all agree with you, Tinsae, on this
Yeah, but
at least.
it all started since then. Whatever the reason for profit, whatever, they've made so many. There were so many key departures and not enough signings, and that is probably due to profit. Whatever. I just want. I'm just. That's my theory, basically.
I
Now
agree on
onto
that. Just wait. What
uh,
I've been thinking about is that the club has for some time wanted to get rid of we buy our success marker, right? So I don't know if it's about profit, but it's about we don't like we've been very focused on our net spend. Where in the past we were I don't care if we spend 200 mil every summer. I don't care as long as we win.
mhm.
But the club I think wanted to show or get rid of that marker that
Oh yeah,
we aren't just a buying club. That's what I think. Something that's working their unconscious.
yeah, could be. Now
I just add
yeah,
like one last point on the whole Txiki thing. Yeah, is it's
y-
like because he's leaving. I think everyone's just kind of just like, yeah, like I probably would be like, yo, Txiki out, innit? But he's already leaving. So what's the point? So like, do you understand? It's like,
basically, I don't want him if he's gonna keep sabotage. Okay, this is the wrong way to say it, but I don't want him to do any more bad work for the coming.
I,
Uh,
I think no City fan wants him to do any bad work, innit?
No.
no, I mean like meaning like to stop a specific transfer or whatever it is. Just don't stop. Don't sabotage anymore, or don't do anything that will harm us anymore.
Yeah.
I don't think he's ever done that on purpose. So what you're saying is he should stop working because he has never gone into something with the mind of sabotaging City. So what you're saying is he should stop working until summer because
I
else
mean, he
in
could
your
help,
mind
but
that
I
would be
just
sabotaging.
yeah. It was just messed up. It was a domino effect, like,
Mm.
and yeah,
Mistakes was
uh,
made, but it coincided with so much success and winning. At some point, there needed to be a drop off and a big one. so we can reset the club and reset the hunger. It was always coming. I
It was
thought it
always
was
coming.
the year
Facts.
after the triple. I thought it was there. Well,
Yeah.
then we
Mhm.
won again, which blew my mind because
Facts.
that's something you rarely see when you complete a triple. You've done everything, and then we go on to do a four-peat. I mean, I think we're so spoiled, and
Yeah.
I'm just looking forward to the future now because now
But
the
I'm
top
defo
knows.
with you though, Tinsae. Tiki's defo messed up in the last 2 years. I don't think you'll find a City fan that disagrees with that. And I probably would be like getting close to Txiki out if I'm not already Txiki out. But what's the point when he's already leaving? So I'm just like,
Yeah.
listen,
Yeah.
hopefully he gets these next transfers correct in January. But then the new guy comes in the summer, and we got to get behind the new guy. Viad's coming in, we got to back him. You got to believe that he's going to make the right decisions. But so
Yeah.
far, bro, I agree with pretty much everything you're saying. Anything else you want to add on Txiki, or you want to get onto the pet
No,
stuff?
no, that's all. That's
Because I think we
all
all
basically.
definitely all agree on the Txiki stuff. But get onto your
Mhm.
pet stuff, man, because the pet stuff's more interesting.
Okay, so I'll start out with the pep out thing. I knew that wasn't gonna happen. It's logically can't happen. He signed the contract, and yeah, he's there for 2 years, or according to the contract, there's no way he's gonna get sacked right away.
And you're saying
I
Pep
did
out,
said
is it?
so. Look, basically before, yeah, you can tell. But hear me outside. Look, it was,
Damn, boy.
nah,
Damn.
I had, yeah, I was really.
That's
I
good.
don't
I
regret it.
want to
That's
hear
the
your
thing.
argument for it.
It
Yeah.
it was just a message. It was to send out a message to disturb this Pep Guardiola protection society that we have, because LB, you have that Ten Hag protection society
Yeah.
for United.
Oh,
There is
yeah.
there no, granted he does deserve one because he's brought a lot of glory for the fans that were here longer. He's done a lot, but loyalty is good, but like loyalty when the other person is being a detriment to you or the things that you care about, then like you can say something about it. You can't just like blindly say, I whatever you say, whatever you do, i'm gonna I'm gonna follow you to the end of the road, when it's been consistent that what the selection, his decisions that he's been doing lately has been costing us.
Well, do you not think people call that out though? Because I call
Yeah.
it out. I did a video
No,
the other day after the
that
Palace
was
game and said that was on Pep.
that
But I do
was
not think
too
people
late.
call it
That
out.
was too late. It's too late now, because no matter what, we're not gonna be fighting for the league. We may not make top four. Anyways, I was Pep out 1 hour before Spurs lineup, or before the Spurs game. I saw that lineup and I
Which
said
one? In the cup or in
the
the league?
4-0 one. And ever since then, I have not watched a City game. I just look at. I don't even watch the highlights. I just hear about it. I see the scores and stats. But ever since then, I was like, this dude he's lost his mind. Whose decision was it to keep playing Walker? Not Txiki, not Walker.
Well, which
Walker
game?
doesn't
Because
deserve
certain
that.
games we've had to play in because we've had no other players, bro.
Yeah.
I get it, but okay. Whose decision was it to keep playing Gundogan? Poor
I agree.
kid, poor guy. Whose
I
decision was it to not, whatever the reason was, to not play Kevin De Bruyne when we needed him the most? Why would you
I
bring
agree.
him on Forest or Feyenoord, whatever, but not for Liverpool or Spurs? Or yeah, Liverpool and Spurs.
He did
Injuries,
come
he's not
on
fit.
against Liverpool, but too late. They just scored too
Yeah,
late.
yeah. So this is the thing. Like, again, I'm with you, Tinsae. Like a lot of the
Yeah,
stuff that you're
great.
saying there, I completely agree, and I question why Pep's done that. But for you, and I want to ask you the question. I look at it, I get frustrated when he does these decisions, and I call it out on my YouTube channel, and the people in the comments call it out. But to go to Pep out, does that not seem a bit extreme?
Well, again, I said it was to send a message. It wasn't possible because he just signed the contract. There's no way he
But,
can be sacked.
but
He
do you
has,
want him out now? If it hasn't, don't worry about the contract. You
yeah,
have the button. You
Yeah.
could make him leave in January. Do you want him to leave?
No, I can't. No, I wouldn't. But over the span of that last 3 weeks, I've come to the point where, okay, he has the right to turn this ship not only around, but sink it, because apparently it took us this long to get really frustrated about what he's doing. It's been a sinking ship, and he's been captaining it. He's been telling which sailor can do what part, which sailor is not going to do what. Just poor decisions. And yes, he led us to promised land, whatever. But why would you blindly follow someone if if it's a sinking ship? Would you not do something about it? Would you not like
Who follow who? Who's follow? As like, are you talking about the players? Why would they follow Pep
players,
blindly?
mainly like the fans, like the defending him, like no matter what. If the captain is very distinguished, has done everything, but at some point he starts making the bad decisions and it's
Mm.
harming you. Like, why do you keep letting? Why are you okay with it? Are you okay to go down the sinking ship? And and that's what happened. In every competition, keep playing Walker, keep playing Gundogan, keep playing Rico in the middle. I like Rico, but he's he's been hurt uh, by playing midfield alone. That's not his role really. Or
Mm.
and he did that when he put the same lineup from Spurs to Liverpool. I knew no, there's something's happening to him. And when he put that six fingers up again, character matters to me. That's when I knew he's lost it. Like,
No, bro,
why are
you
you?
can't say he's lost it because he's getting cooked. They're singing to you. You're getting sacked in the morning, right? What's he going to do? Just stand there like a melt? He's going to turn around and give it them back, bro. That's what he's done. He's not lost it just because he put six fingers up. He's put his six fingers up because we've won 6 titles and everyone won.
Mm.
We're
That's not evidence of him losing it, bro.
Well, okay, maybe my analysis, that's how I was like, why are you not focused on making the right decisions and you want to just show off your, accomplishment to them? Like, why? We have you have more important things. We have more important things to focus on.
Yeah, but in
And
that moment,
We
bro,
lost
it's a
the
bit
game
of
there.
banter. It's a bit of banter, bro.
Yeah.
Like, we're getting cooked. Yeah, we're losing the game. They're roasting him on the side of the pitch. That's just how English football always is, bro. Like, you always get that sort of stuff. You always
no,
get the
I
managers
don't
getting.
blame. I don't think that
Does it
was
not show
ever
the
like
opposite that
that.
he's not cooked? Like, I look at it the different way, bro. To be honest with you, yeah, it's like I think they're all singing. You're getting sacked in the morning, right? I think if he would have just stood there like I think that now would be like, yo, the guy's cooked. The
Yeah,
fact that
he's
he's
given
still
up.
got the
Yeah.
the fact that he's got the energy to turn around and put six fingers up on that and be like, yo, hold that. For
Yeah.
me, does that not tell you like that actually he's still there, he's still fighting, he's
Well,
still
clearly he's not there. We're still in a rot, and it didn't head us to the right direction. It just rubbed it in ourselves. Now they're just joking every day. Stay humble, stay whatever. So like you can banter, but guess what? It didn't do anything for me. I just thought that wasn't his character. That wasn't like him. And I heard that even after the game, he went out to the fans and started doing that, which it's hard to believe. I didn't see that, but it was not like him. Anyways, my pep out thing was he was being stubborn. He was being like, if it wasn't his way, then it can't be no way. But the day I came on before that Forest game, he changed the lineup to a way that I wanted to a little bit, where he put Nunez, I think, in the midfield, and Gundogan, I believe, the
He
Forest
played
game where we
Grealish.
won.
He played Grealish in midfield in the Nottingham Forest game.
Grealish, yes, and he played Akanji and Ake. Yes, they got injured, but I was like,
Yeah.
"Yo, today. This is gonna be a good day," and we did great. And what does he do next
But
against Crystal Palace?
he couldn't do much else against Palace because I think a lot of our defensive woes have been down to Rodri, but also our centre backs being injured all the time. And a lot of us especially me, for the last 18 months, has been yelling for the 4 center backs lineup. And then he did that in the Nottingham Forest game. But then 2 of our center backs got injured. So he couldn't do that again. So he had only 2 center backs left.
Yeah, the only thing that wound me up against Palace was that he should have played Nunes in the middle.
Yeah, and
well, he should have played Grealish, but he said Grealish was injured.
True. Yeah,
so he should have played Nunes in the middle, who had energy, and he should have played Bernardo right wing, who played really good against Forest on the right wing. And then against Palace, he played Bernardo back in the middle, which was just a disaster again. And he went back to the old
system. And Enrico back there too.
Yeah, so I agree that, bro. I don't. This is the thing, yeah. I think Pep's got a lot of stuff wrong this year, but for me, like to go to that Pep out stance or to even say it, I just think like it's. I just don't think it's been that bad.
No.
Wow, it's like we hit rock bottom from top. Like it was that
I'll tell you why, bro. I'll tell you why it's not that
behind Arsenal.
Bro, I'll tell you why it's not a Pep out situation for me, yeah. Because whilst he has made mistakes, right, the board have to take some responsibility because they've not got the proper players. Yeah, they should have signed Bruno G in the summer. That's on Txiki. Yeah, they should have signed another defender. Yeah, and we've also got to accept that we've been very, very unlucky with injuries, bro. Oscar Bob snapping his leg and Rodri with an ACL. And I'm not using that as an excuse. I'm just because at the end of the day, like that's still on the club because the club should have built a squad that can cope with that. However, when you combine all that together, I just think for me to just to say sort of like Pep out, and I think that's a bit strong personally, bro.
I mean, recently I think you've seen the subscribers that they've been starting to get angry at Pep. How come? Where's that anger during the games? Why are you not angry right now? Why aren't you like during the game?
We are angry during the game, bro. I was angry during the Palace game. I said, why has he picked this squad?
Okay, then the next day, but you're different. You act different. Why?
But what do you want me to do, bro?
So, like right now, you said it doesn't come to a point to say Pep out. It wasn't that bad. Like it was bad during the game. It was bad.
Bro, yeah, but it's like how many games that in this period that we've not won have been Pep's fault?
I would say 8 out of 10 for sure.
No
8 out of 10.
No
God, Liverpool, that's his fault. I'm not even saying
United wasn't his fault. So is that the only one in the 10?
Exactly. Yes, you're right. United, he did good. He did good. It was the players that beat him. I'm not even saying we lost because they beat us, but we lost because we beat ourselves so many times. And okay, forget his decisions. What the real issue right now is the mentality. It's blown off. It's crumbled.
Was it his fault against Feyenoord? 15 minutes to go.
Exactly. 3-4.
Again, I didn't watch the game, but I remember the lineup. I'm sure there were some.
No.
It wasn't 15 minutes to go.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault.
Yeah. Okay, that's what I'm saying right now. It's the mentality right now. It's imploded. Like it's into pieces. One goal in, and the whole team goes down. Like it's like
4-1. Fucking the players just making stupid mistakes. 2 penalties.
Yeah.
Is that his fault?
Yeah. No, I don't.
Haaland missed chances in that game as well. Haaland missed chances in that game.
But it'll be some that Tinsae is saying is true with Pep's fault because the mentality issue in the squad right now, where they are mentally, that is Pep's role to make sure that they are motivated and in there. And the least thing that goes against us, we completely fold, and that is some on Pep, maybe even a lot on Pep. But I think it's a mixture of so many things: the board, Pep, the players, so many things.
The Txiki did not tell Pep to play Walker, to play Gundogan, to not play Kevin De Bruyne when there was still a chance, when they were still tight. Who told him that? You can do that. Why do you keep doing it?
Because with Walker right now, we don't really have a lot of options.
No, this
was my stance all center backs fit, he would not have started max 2 games or something.
No, this is my stance. I'd rather lose to United 4-0 with Rico than with Walker. I'm dead serious. Because at least one player takes accountability for his actions. One player does their absolute best. One player does the best for the okay, that might be a reach. But my issue with Walker started before last season when he said he doesn't want to be here anymore because he didn't play the Champions League final. So you're saying it was more important to you that you played than us winning? He put the team over himself. That was the first warning shot. Actually, that was the biggest red flag. And the fact that Pep just bent his knee to him and that didn't yes, I didn't want Walker to leave because we needed a backup to Kanji, but not to the point where you were begging for this man to stay. Not only that, to give him the captain armband and keep playing him all
That
season
was the
long.
players. The players gave him that.
Okay, yes, but to keep playing him, we
I think we're putting too
so
much on
many
Pep and playing Walker. I don't think he would have played Walker a lot this season if we had a fit squad. I really
I
don't.
agree.
I
I
really
agree.
don't. And I'm with you, Tinsae. I wanted Walker in the beginning to stay, but I know and remember you too, LB. You wanted him to stay, but as a backup because
As a
we wanted to
rotation,
keep
yeah.
going with with the four center backs. I think 80% of City fans wanted that, but injuries happen, and last
but
season he
again,
played Walker way more than what I would wanted. But I don't think this season. I think we saw last season that Walker is falling off and rapidly. And I think, as we saw in the beginning of this season, he didn't play Walker a lot. But then the injuries happened, and then he had to play Walker. And I'm pretty
I
sure if
thought
we get
Walker played
a
a
fit
lot.
squad, we won't. Not in the beginning of the season. That's where we
It
got all
was
the wins.
Rico.
He wasn't
It was
playing.
Rico,
Yeah, it
right?
was. Yeah. Yeah.
And then
So
Rico wasn't injured. I don't think so. But he put
no,
Walker in there like we didn't notice.
had to move. We had to move players, bro. Had to move. We had to shift Lewis in the middle as well. He had to play left back 1 or 2 games. I think I agree with you. I think everyone don't think Walker's doing great, but I'm pretty sure if we buy a right back and a centre back in January, I don't think we will see Walker play a lot this season.
I agree.
I don't know. It's very hard for me to believe that because I just think he sold himself to a player, and he won't do the hard.
Bro, I think if we got all our players fit, Akanji plays right back.
Yeah, I think so
I
too.
doubt that because I remember there was a point, maybe September or something, where that was a possibility, but it was just not happening. I don't know. Maybe it will change. I think okay, I do have a solution after all of this, complain everything for how we can get back up for the second half or New Year. Whatever signing, even if we make no signings, with the players we have, despite the injuries, there is a way to coast this a little bit, but it comes to one condition, and that condition is I don't want to use the word, I'll make it easier. Take the armband off and give it to Diaz. Christmas Eve, I don't care. Before New Year, take that off. That is a sign of change. You don't do that, I don't care what happens. Do that just for the right thing. Take the armband off and give it to Ruben Diaz. I don't care what happens to Walker. He can sit down, bench. In fact, this may be evil, okay? I don't want him to be sold. I want him to rot on the bench and just watch us. Okay, because bro, he's hurt me. He has enraged me so much that he doesn't take accountability for what he does. But sell him or not, strip the captaincy or don't ever play him again. That it all starts with that. Second, we are at the mercy of Grealish and Holland and Gvardiol this season. That I was a big critique of them last season because last season with Holland, he had more missed big chances than Darwin Nunes, 34 in the Premier League. And we knew how many games were that close. If it wasn't for Foden and Rodri, it was all down to him that he was missing. And he still has the same issues that I, can't make 2-3 touches or ball control, or okay, you may not make plays, but at least control the ball, like do something, pass or something. He doesn't do that. Okay, whatever. I'll let that go because we need him to score at every chance we have. I don't care if we sell him or not. Like he has to help us. You know, it's all up to him. Grealish, he's not gonna play on the wing. Play in midfield, number 8. We are at his mercy. Okay, because I would not sell him. I would not sell my last pair of sneakers without knowing that I can get another sneaker, or without knowing I can afford another sneaker, or whether or knowing that I would want to get another sneaker, meaning player. Well, you can sell half the squad. That's not gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt us. If you're not gonna buy and replace them before you sell, then you put yourself in a. We've been in a quicksand since September. We just didn't know we were sinking, and then it just hit us like quickly. And yes, the transfer, the formation decisions was it all led to that. But to get out of that, um, I can do a lineup builder. I think you've done it once in your channel. It's like a green or turquoise color lineup builder.
A lineup builder, yeah.
Yeah. Um,
So what's your sort of position now then? Because
don't ever play Walker. That's my situation. Don't ever play Walker.
But with the manager, so you're not actually Pep out then.
Well, I come to the point where I accepted that basically before I didn't believe that no matter how great you've become, you don't have a right to sink the ship or throw the team under the bus, which is what I believed he may not have wanted that, but his decisions was doing that. And I didn't like that he had free license to do that. But it kept happening every time, so I just had to accept that, you know what, it is what it is. He can relegate us even. It is what it is because nothing can happen. I've already wasted breath. And it's too late now. Like, don't cry when things are bad now because it was. Were you guys really surprised about the United comeback? I just kind of laughed, like, wow, so surprised. Like, I hope no one was surprised, right? The mentality is over, is imploded, and it was just not looking good since for a while. Okay, so the solution, right, to post through the season without signings, without whatever, I do have a lineup that I want to play. Could you share the lineup builder website?
Yeah. I've got a few minutes left, bro. Then I've got to go, man. So let me get this up, and then you have to go for it quickly, man.
Yeah.
Right, here we go.
Yeah. So
there we go.
all right. Do the 4-1-4. Yeah, 4-1-4-1. And you know the obvious is Holland up top.
Okay, so Haaland up top, yeah.
Yeah. Again, I'll stick.
Team, guys.
Yeah, I know Ederson has been bad or whatever, but we're gonna regret it when he leaves. I noticed that in this fan base that whenever a player says something against the club, whatever, we want to throw him out. And then we realize that we really needed them the most. So Ederson should play. Like,
okay,
he just needs to change his ways, right? Ruben Diaz, of course, center back captain.
Diaz.
Yeah. And I know Ake. And I know Ake is the backup. Ake is the backup, right? And I know Gvardiol has been making mistakes, but he has to get better. And he's the best option we have as a left back.
So Gvardiol left back, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, other centre back.
I'll get to that. Like, let me do the ones that I'm confident of. Grealish midfield. I will stick with that. And I really wanted Nunes as the 6, but I guess Kovacic is the ideal guy.
Kovacic?
Yeah. If he's injured, we're at the mercy of Nunes because he has energy. He has, you know. Okay. So Doku is a very polarizing player, right? I want him to be used as a wild card, like as a trump card, I guess. I would put him on the bench temporarily, and I want Foden to play on the left
Okay.
wing, and I want De Bruyne and Grealish to play side by side for at least 65 minutes or so. So when De Bruyne goes off, uh, Foden goes in the middle, and then Doku can play on the left if we need like a goal, or because Kevin De Bruyne is going to need a break. So De Bruyne goes off, Doku goes to the left, and Foden goes back to the middle. And the right, again, Silva would be nice, but we want more like attacking, silky players. So I'll put Savio in there. Yes, he has a lot to learn, but it's a better. We'll do that until Oscar Bob will be back. I'm very excited about that. I'm more excited
Mhm.
about that than any potential signings that we have. Now, again, Walker, I will never play him. I'm sorry. I would play Rico even. So I would Kanji. I know he's injured, but right now, just do a Kanji right back.
Okay.
Um,
Can
Now center back is I want the academy guy, JSP. I've seen him when our whole line defensive lineback was so ass. He was not the worst player. He had the basic fundamentals: clear the ball.
is he not,
Um,
is not on the
S
list?
J A J A H J A H.
I don't think he's on here.
Just put Ake. He looks like Ake, with the dreads. Um, yeah,
Okay. I mean,
yes.
why wouldn't you just play Ake anyway?
I want to reserve him for left back because he's
Oh,
always injury prone, and Gavardio uh, can play. Uh, I want Gavardio to be left back. Are you able to move the pieces like up down, or are they forced in that position? Okay, yeah, yeah. Okay, so I want like Gavardio and Akanji to go up a little bit next to Kovacic, so it's like a 2-3, right? Um, so Diaz will help JSP. JSP needs to just pass the ball and clear the ball. That's it. And you got two pacey, I guess, fullbacks that are energetic that could stop any potential attacks in the middle to help out Kovacic. Now, Gavardio, I noticed he's done excellent when he doesn't pass the halfway line or all the way into the back third. Just keep him back. And another egregious decision Pep has done is playing a high line.
mhm.
Why? Why are you doing that? It's Walker. He has no pay. It's just a mess. So with this, Diaz and that kid, I like him. Okay, he can mentor him, and I don't think he's made mistakes so far when he's been put in, right? And so Kovacic and I'm sorry, Gavardio Akanji could help out Kovacic, right? And if Kovacic goes down, that's the issue. Um, I would try the academy, the Jacob Wright or Nunez, but at this point, we need to keep the run in. So we need Kovacic to stay fit for at least like 2 months or so. So like there's um enough
Mm.
like stability in the middle, and Foden is a better option than Doku. I mean, maybe Foden doesn't score, but at least like he can cross with his left. Grealish can hold the ball in the middle. Drag players out, play 1-2 with De Bruyne or Kovacic, whatever. And Savio, bro, the link up would be crazy. Savio does a run in from the back. De Bruyne, you know, does a through ball, or like Savio can cut in, and then De Bruyne can go to the right hand side. Like De Bruyne can run to the outside, and while Savio cuts in, he can pass it back. So it's an easy cross for De Bruyne. So the most important thing is like the stability in the midfield, which is I guess Gavardio Akanji could, you know. So
Mm.
I'm not even asking Pep to change his philosophy or anything. It's still his philosophy, just the right players at the right position. Foden can do his job at the left. Doku is a liability as well. And what I like about Grealish, I noticed his worth actually is tracking back is insane. Like it's unnoticed.
That is, it is, bro. I can't lie, yeah. I actually like that team. I don't like Foden on the left. I never have.
I
But
know,
I'll
but
take.
Doku's a very
Yeah,
yeah.
well, I'm not like, fully against it, but it's not my. But other than that, bro, that team's chill. I don't know if you disagree anything in that team.
Why he said that it's a stable midfield. I would never play Kovacic alone in midfield. For me,
Yeah.
there's not balance to that team. I would, if we're ignoring injuries and injury-prone
Mhm.
players, which I feel we're doing, I would 10 out of 10 times play Stones inverting, and then you have a back three of Akanji, Diaz, and Gvardiol. Stones will be able to support Kovacic in midfield. Then you have the stability in midfield, and you have a three in the back where the Akanji and Gvardiol have some pace.
I'm sorry. I
to-
don't trust Gavardio on the back three. I just don't. For some reason, he doesn't mark his position great. Don't not yet. I don't want him to be in the back three.
But then you could play Ake in the back three. For me, that's
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
that is
Yeah.
not a stable team. I think that team
Okay,
would get overrun very easily.
but you got Grealish in the middle that can do something. You got Akanji, Gavardio. Anyways, so like with the winter transfer, the minimum they need to do, the minimum we need at least a loan of Douglas Luiz, if not buying Bruno. Like that's the absolute minimum how we can survive this season. There's some goal potential up in the top with Savio, De Bruyne, Foden, Grealish, or Doku, Foden, Grealish, Savio until Oscar Bob comes back. But yeah, that looks good. Yeah, yeah.
I don't
Play
listen, bro.
Gundogan.
I don't
Yeah.
mind it, man. I think that team's not too bad. I don't like Foden on the left, but it is what it is. If that's where you got to get him on the pitch, bro. But listen, I need to wrap up, bro, because I'm
Yeah.
fucking bro. I've been away for time. So give me your final thoughts, bro. Sum it up in a minute, yeah. Where you at? Where do we go from here? Where do you think we're gonna finish? Are we winning anything this year? 60 seconds, bro, because I need to go in it.
I will say we will win the FFP. I'm more confident in that than us getting top four.
W. That's a W.
I've said that since the beginning of the stages. Right now, all I care about is the rebuilding the mentality back. That lineup is a strong lineup with experience, with everything in there. I just want the mentality to be back because right now we're just killing ourselves, and I just want that to stop. I don't care about what we win, where we win. Just stop the rot right there, at least. And then Txiki and them needs to do their job in the summer. And we need a center back. Gay from Crystal Palace. I do like him. He fits the check for England. Bruno's is a must. We need a 10. Words and them, they're not going to come to us. So I think Eze is a good shout, maybe. But until the summer signings, we can get summer. I think this lineup, this formation, it can we can handle the storm.
Yeah, was it?
Yeah.
So, Sai, anything you majorly disagree with Tinsae on, other than the Pep out thing, which is not actually really Pep
No,
out?
I think I'm like 70% agreeing with Tinsae. I think he might be in the more. I think he's a more erratic reacting fan than I am. So, which is fine. But mostly I agree with him. Like I wouldn't never say Pep out for what we've seen this season. That would never cross my mind.
Your actual
But I
points were
understand
legit.
what?
Yeah, his actual points were legit.
Yeah, I mean, won't hear any shit from me. Like I like when we have different opinions and just we argue it and then we debate it and then we learn from each other. I mean, I think it's been good to hear him. talk and get it out of
Yeah.
his chair. I think chat has been pretty respectable.
Chat's
I mean-
been fairly respectable, actually. And the thing
Yeah.
is, you know what, right? The thing is, Tinsae, yeah, you can't come on the calling shows, bro, because the way you want to talk about stuff and explain it,
Yeah.
you need more than a couple of minutes, innit? So that's
Yeah,
Yeah.
you do.
that's why you
Yeah.
got roasted last time.
Yeah, I know.
So
I
there you go. Anyway, big
understand.
up for jumping on, Tinsae, and explaining
Yeah,
yourself. I
you did
actually
very
agree
good,
with, like I
bro.
say, I agree with most of what you're saying.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
don't fully agree with it all. But yeah, big up for jumping on, man. Big up to Sai as well for jumping on. Big up to you guys in the chat. Big up to Craig. Big up to Harry as well. Harry Modding, Craig. I'm trying to keep up with what's going on. I don't know. But listen, lads, let's just go to bed. Yeah. Let's
Yeah,
everyone wake
bed,
up
bed.
tomorrow.
Mhm.
Let's forget what's happened. And wake up tomorrow and we go again, man. We don't want to be falling out in it because Briggs and Craig, man, you guys are W's in the chats in it. But let's just go to bed, forget it, and we'll move on tomorrow, boys. Yeah?
Yeah.
W's?
Yep. Yep.
All right, and lads, big up, man. Smash the like, subscribe to the channel, man. And I'll catch you next. Oh, sorry, Jason, man, says pep out that bald fraud. Oh my God, sorry. It turned into Saeed there for a moment, says Jason. See you later, boys. See you in a bit. Bye-bye.
Yeah.